A new poll came out via Axios, and the share of Americans who say that they agree that President Trump is a, quote, dangerous dictator whose power should be limited before he destroys American democracy is at 52%. Seth, put up this graph. Let's dive into it. So all Americans at 52%, Democrats at 87%, Independents take the majority at 56%. Only 17% of Republicans think that this man is a dangerous dictator. And then when we get into the races, Black people have their shit together, 67%. Latinos, they are in the find out phase of Trumpism. They're at 63%. Asian, 58%. White people, an abject disappointment at 45%.
Well, the Republican breakdown, only 17%, that just is further evidence that the right-wing echo chamber is working. The propaganda arm is working. Now they've got propagandists in the White House press briefing. I mean, it's insane that these Republicans who are national security, rah-rah, the troops, rah-rah, the blue, back the blue, they are now supporting a man that is destroying our alliances, destroying international relationships, economy, pardoning people that should be in jail. It's the switch you have to.
Here's my thing. Since they were able to jump off of that so quickly, were they ever for all that anyway?
Well,
or was it just performative bullshit? Was it just something that, like, you know, they got an erection talking about that? Now when they see Donald Trump pardoning criminals and deporting people, then they're on that because these people have no conviction. Did they ever really care about that stuff? Did they ever really care about the troops? They sure never voted to fund it. They sure never voted for veterans cares. They talk the talk, but they've never walked the walk. And this man is the manifestation of all of their worst impulses. And there's something about these white people when they see him getting away with it that they like. It confirms their white supremacist bias. All right, next up, China is not to be trifled with. Put up this headline. They made this new sleek video, Beijing did, and they have vowed not to kneel down to Washington. I would play it for you all, but it's in Chinese. Foreign Ministry denounces bullying on tariffs and calls on other countries to isolate the United States as a small, stranded boat. So your point about them being national security and American exceptionalism, they would be responding to this
absolutely
accordingly. And they don't, because their whole ethos is just owning the libs.
Right.
It's just, yeah, MAGA. Fuck yeah, Donald Trump, and I got my truck and my flag and my gun, and I love Jesus and I love Trump. It's just a real caveman, lizard brain movement because China will play the long game with this.
Yes.
They will F us up. And it's going to be super easy to recruit former allies of ours to leave us like a stranded, isolated boat because everybody hates us. I read an article that in Denmark, they're boycotting Coca-Cola and it's working.
Oh, because of the Greenland stuff and just all of the
and just the America is the most toxic brand in the world right now.
Yeah. And it wasn't 3 months ago. Interesting how that happened.
It is just an absolute toxic brand. Okay. Next up, we have Donald Trump. So while China's doing all of this, we have Donald Trump who is asked about the Pope. Play this.
As Pope? I'd like to be Pope. That would be my number one choice.
I mean, he's such a dipshit.
He's so embarrassing.
And you know, there's all these just dorky white people sitting around watching Fox going, he's so funny. I love my president.
He's such a character.
Yes.
Can't you hear it? He's such a character. He's so funny.
I mean, it's just like this. Everything with him is just arbitrary. It's just this lack of impulse control, no expertise. And the people that remained that surround him now, they either are completely crazy like Peter Navarro, Elon Musk, or like Marco Rubio, who at one point was just conservative. And now, have you seen videos of him talking? It's like his soul was drained from his body. You can just see it. He looks different. The evil is just palpable that he's had to swallow. You can just see it, and he's getting worse and worse.
Well, of course he is, because he's compromised on every single ideal that he has ever had. And he knows. He was on the Intelligence Committee in the Senate. He knows how bad this is. But his thirst for power and cruelty is going to allow him to sit back and watch it happen. And let's not forget, Elon Musk put like big balls type characters overseeing Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio has very little power.
What's really crazy to me is that Witkoff, that's the guy that Trump keeps sending to talk to Putin all the time. Well, who should be the leader on all of that would be little Marco Rubio. Right. But Marco's been usurped by this total dipshit. I think his name's Michael Witkoff. Yeah. Is that his name? So he is like best friends with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin's playing this guy like a fiddle. And, you know, they sent him over to France, Witkoff, and we played this on our podcast, to sit down and talk to the French. And they're in the Élysée Palace, which is, you know, it's been there for years. And he's like, this reminds me of Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. And then he walks in the Kremlin and he's like, well, hey, Vladimir. And they literally just bombed and killed, you know, they are so over their skis. The problem is there's no self-awareness that they're over their skis.
Right. And the people that know are too cowardly to do anything about it.
I guarantee you the people in this cabinet think, oh, China's scared to death. I bet they're sweating in their boots. They believe that. And that's the problem. The hubris of this administration will destroy this country because it's incompetence masked by breathtaking hubris. All right, let's do a check-in with the MAGA loyalists that remain. Here's Peter Doocy, dipshit, Fox entertainer in Michigan. Trump is having a rally and to mark his 100 days. And here's what his loyalists that are going to a Trump rally now, here's what they have to say.
It's not supposed to start talking for another 5 hours or so, but it's a lovely day here outside Detroit, and there are a ton of people. So I think we might just go ask some folks what it is that they liked the most about the first 100 days. You guys, we are live right now on Fox. Look at that. So, pardon me. First 100 days, anything that you liked more than the rest of the stuff?
Closing our border.
Closing the border, okay. And how far did you guys have to come today to be here?
You just show her picture.
I came from Wisconsin, Prentice.
Came from Wisconsin, all right. So 5 miles, okay. So obviously it's a crowd of Trump supporters, of course, but we can try to do a little poll. Who here thinks that the number one thing in the first 100 days is what Trump has done at the border? Yeah! Okay. Border. Now let's try it with tariffs.
It's unbelievable.
We are getting money for Trump.
Okay, all right. And what's that?
Ouch.
All right. And so,
Our hard dollar earning $10.
okay, all right. And so you can hear this is the crowd that President Trump has waiting for him when he leaves Washington, D.C. Something else that's really interesting, actually, before President Trump gets here, he's going to stop. Did you guys know about this? Before President Trump gets here, he's going to stop at a National Guard base, and he's going to meet with the governor, Gretchen Whitmer. Okay. She was, of course, at the Oval Office a week or two ago and tried to cover her face with a portfolio. Sandra?
Peter, you.
Okay, was he patronizing them?
I don't think so.
Did it when he goes, okay, so this is the crowd that Trump has coming here? I mean, did it not seem somewhat patronizing and that Peter Doocy might have a tad of self-awareness?
I think he kind of does because he's in the White House press briefing room. But no, I don't think he was patronizing them. And I mean, who's going to tell these fuckers? Trump is deporting fewer people than Biden did. It's costing more money. Doge has only singly enriched Elon Musk and stopped investigations into him, and has
Doge is going to end up costing us money.
It already has. It's unbelievable how uninformed these people are. And the tariffs, we're not people's piggy banks. I mean, that's the biggest talking point I've ever heard.
I mean, and then to just think like all of these people, you know, they're going to be going to buy their shit in a couple of weeks, and they're going to be in, and that somehow hide and watch. It will be somehow Biden did. Sleepy Joe somehow raised the prices and screwed it up. And it's just important to point this out all the time. The Wall Street Journal, owned by Rupert Murdoch, the most conservative financial paper in the United States of America, October 30th, I think, before the November 5th election, headline, above the fold, whoever wins will inherit the world's strongest economy. So they were saying whether Trump wins, the economy's revved up and it's going to really be beneficial. If Kamala wins, they were kind of laying the groundwork that either president is going to benefit from what this past administration has done. All Trump had to do was mosey into that Oval Office, sit behind the desk, play patty cake, have press conferences. I would even say, you know what? Run your flea market, sell the riffraffs, enrich yourself from the Oval. Just don't have meetings. Have a reality show. He could run like the Shark Tank ideas, like who has ideas for Trump, and it'd be horrible and trashy. That's all he had to do. And the economy was pretty much revved up, ready to go. And this is just such an unforced error. And then you see all those Trumpers like, oh my God, they're the first thing, the border.
Yeah.
And guess what Fox never talks about anymore?
The border.
Yeah. And Biden deported more people than Trump.
Right. At a cheaper
And they
rate.
all had due process.
Right.
All right. Please subscribe to our channel and we'll see you all later.